little late to this review, but I have to do this because I just walked out of this movie feeling nothing but joy. I had like I want to go back and see it just because of the feeling it gives you when leaving. Like if you're in a bad mood or if you're going through some tough stuff in life, you could walk in this movie and walk out and feel phenomenal. Like you're gonna laugh, you're gonna have a good time. I don't know how you can't. There are certain things about this movie that is like truly just fan service. So if you're not into that, then you might be a little bit let down because you could tell that like the budget that they used for this movie was more towards the actors and the characters that they got involved. Because I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman's salary was pretty hefty. Ryan Reynolds is going to get his cut, and some of these surprise cameos that you get, and some of them are even like more lengthy than just regular cameos. Like they actually have some stuff to do, and that's what I loved about this. Like there was one in particularly that I was like, that is awesome. That is awesome. But fuck everybody on the internet that put up spoilers on their thumbnails, because I kind of got a glimpse of what I was spoiled on, and I was like, oh, I wish I did not see that. And it was right on someone's thumbnail. So yeah, that's some baby back bullshit. But I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it because there was still more to chew on within that scene and later on in the movie. But the budget, like you can see that they're like using like isolated settings, or they're using just like a green screen at times. And there's like one set of like this street of like they utilize like 2 or 3 times throughout the movie. I was like, okay, we're coming back to this and we're coming back to that. So they worked with what they had, but you can tell that most of the budget went into the actual actors. And and that's fine. That's fine because it works in a movie like this. I mean, this movie's bloody. This has one of the best opening scenes of any comic book movie of all time. Like maybe any movie of all time. It was just so much fun. Just where it takes place, the music involved, and the gore and the fighting, the choreography was just awesome. It's just like it immediately gets you hooked. And that's what I loved about it. I love movies whenever you watch it and you're hooked like immediately. And this one is definitely my favorite one out of the 3. And I might be a little biased because I am a big Wolverine fan. I grew up, I watched the original X-Men in theaters with my dad. And so it's really cool to see him come back. And I was wondering how they were going to use him as far as like, are they even going to touch on Logan at all? And the way that they do it, and they do it right off the bat, it's really good, and that's why it makes that opening scene so much better. So yeah, check it out. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but we have some really good surprise cameos in here. One in particularly that I was like, that is awesome. I love it. I hate that I was spoiled off of YouTube on somebody's thumbnail, but it still worked, and it was still great, and I wanted more. And so yeah, and everything that's going on in this movie, like it's just fun. It's like a buddy cop type of movie, but it's like vulgar. It's a lot of cussing, a lot of stabbing and killing, and it's just fun. And the humor in here, I feel like it worked better in this than it did in the last 2 Deadpool movies. I liked them, but I only saw Deadpool 1 and 2 once at the movie theaters. This one I kind of want to revisit and watch again. Could I be on that high that everyone else is on coming out of it? Maybe. I'd have to rewatch it and see how I feel after a couple watches, and does it still live up? But it definitely is a good time. Go see this movie. This is what a summer blockbuster is. This is what the MCU needed. This is what that bridge between 20th Century Fox and bringing in the mutants and everything into the MCU and Disney. I just wonder if we're going to get more rated R stuff now that we've done this, are more people going to be more acceptable? Because I don't think everything needs to be, darker and more gory and vulgar and all that kind of stuff and go hard R or anything like that. But a lot of these kids that started off in the MCU at an early age are now adults, or, really, like 16, 17 years old. But, I still think that they need to keep some, family-friendly stuff, some PG-13 stuff. But with this, I think that it might have pushed that boundary a little bit to where Kevin Feige could actually do some rated R stuff in the future. Especially if they get that Blade movie off the ground, like make it rated R now. Make it rated R. Don't PG-13 that shit. Along with other things, I would love to see just more Deadpool movies. See, like this right here. I don't know if this is going to be the last one. This is making bank. It's very financial successful, and I think that they need to do another one or do something similar in nature. So yeah, have you had a chance to check out Deadpool and Wolverine? It is so badass. It's so much fun. The cameos in this, some of them were very surprising. Some of them I was kind of like, all right, well that's cool, but I didn't really care. And so yeah, this is like this is kind of a fan servicey movie, but it actually works just the way it's handled and the execution of the movie. And there's just it's just one of those movies where it's just like throw some popcorn in your face, have a good time, and talk about it with your friends. I don't think that this reminded me of that feeling whenever like pre-Endgame, whenever all these movies were coming out and everyone was so excited and they're like, hey, you know what this is? Hey, you know what that is? And it just kind of like left little Easter eggs for what is to come and for you to theorize and speculate. That's what this movie's doing. It's kind of like it kind of ignited that. And then like the same thing at San Diego Comic-Con over the weekend. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back and he's playing, what is it, Doctor Doom? I don't know how that shit's going to play out, but we'll see. I don't know if I like it or not. I feel like, is that a fan service move where they're just doing it, or is it really going to be smart the way it's written in? Like, could he be like an Iron Man variant and like maybe becomes Doctor Doom? I don't know. That's a whole nother video. But they do double down that fan service. That's the same thing I always say about the Scream movies and some of these horror movies. Do fan service. You're gonna win big if you just do fan service. Do that, and it's a win. And I think that Scream needs to do that, and I really think Kevin Williamson's going to do it. Anyways, that's a whole nother video too. What did you guys think about Deadpool and Wolverine, and have you seen it? Is it your favorite Deadpool movie? What do you expect out of it? And try not to put any spoilers down the bottom. If some people maybe have not had a chance to see this movie. I will say this, for people that are, there was a couple things in the movie. I feel like they went with, and this is just me personally, don't judge me, don't come hating at me in the comments, but I didn't really like them doubling down on the whole Marvel Jesus thing. And then there was one thing near the beginning of the movie that was kind of blasphemous a little bit. But then that was the first thought. I was like, okay, they're doing too much here, but then I started seeing like, there was actually like a comic book where, like where this image was. And so I was like, okay, but still, like, I don't know. I don't know. It would have been a perfect movie if that kind of stuff wasn't in it. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think, and I just want to put that out there in case that's something that you would want to avoid in any movie. So yeah, I love your faces. Subscribe to Destination Station over on YouTube and here on TikTok. Follow me. The links are in the description here, and I'll see you later. I'll see you another time. I'll be right back.